I am sorry. Truly sorry. I have so many regrets in life, as you may have been able to tell. Hello, everybody. Today I am discussing a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is healthy romantic relationships. You guys already know how I feel about the widespread romanticizing of abusive relationships. It's been on trend for a while now, and it makes me rage. He stalked me. How romantic. He nearly broke my arm. Swoon. Now, some writers feel that the only way to make a romantic relationship interesting is to make it toxic. But if you genuinely believe this, you might suck at relationships. Or at writing. Or probably both. People aspire toward healthy relationships because they are enjoyable, they're fun, and they're sexy. So if you're planning on writing a relationship with the intention of romanticizing it, it should be healthy. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Audible, who has generously sponsored today's video. I am super excited that Audible chose to sponsor this video because, as you guys already know, I am in the process of releasing my very first audiobook, and yes, it will absolutely be available on Audible. Audible is an amazing platform with an unmatched selection of audiobooks. They've got titles in fantasy, sci-fi, romance. They have access to news, comedy. The options are insane. They've also got Audible Originals, which are exclusive audio titles created by storytellers in literature, journalism, theater. I could go on. You can access the Audible app on your smartphone or your iPad. It's super convenient. Plus, membership includes one free audiobook a month, exclusive sales, and 30% off regularly priced audiobooks. If you're a writer, this is the perfect opportunity to listen to new books, both within and outside your genre, so you can expand your imagination and hone your creativity. It's a new year, folks. Let's up our game, revamp and renew ourselves. Right now, you can get your first audiobook for free if you try Audible for 30 days. All you have to do is visit audible.com/Jenna Moreci or text Jenna Moreci to 500-500. I've got the information listed below. I'm listening to The Myth of Perpetual Summer by Susan Crandall, which is a Southern historical fiction novel, and it has a super sweet, super adorable romantic subplot, and even better, it's a healthy one. Finally! Which brings me back to the topic. I'm counting down some of the most important tips to writing a healthy romance because we're sick of douchebag love stories and they need to die. A few disclaimers. I will be using couples as examples throughout this video, but please keep in mind that all of these tips apply to polyamorous relationships as well. I'm also going to be skipping over relationship dynamics that should be a given, like honesty and loyalty. If you don't know loyalty is important, I got nothing for ya. Instead, I'm focusing on the traits that are most often neglected in fiction, which leads to couples that shouldn't be romanticized at all. Because they're gross. Number 1, consent. The fact that I even need to mention this makes me want to die. If your characters do anything physical, there needs to be clear consent from all parties. But Jenna, he said no, but deep down he meant yes. Don't care. That's assault. But Jenna, she said no, but she ended up enjoying it. Don't care. Still assault. For some reason, writers struggle with this. They think they need to write consent like, "Hello, will you engage in coitus with me? Yes, I would be delighted if you put your penis inside of me." It's really not that awkward. Consent happens every day, and it can be sweet or romantic or sexy. Asking for consent can be as simple as a shy, "Can I kiss you?" But there are a million other ways to do it. I gave a few examples in my sex scene video, but how about a few more examples for good measure? "I want you so badly. Then take me." "What are you thinking about?" "Your lips on my lips." "There's no one here." "No one has to know." "Undress me, Eduardo. I long to feel your body pressed to mine." "I cannot, for if I dare, I will ravage you with fiery passion. Oh, but ravage me. It's all I've ever wanted. Come, my love, to the bed. There's really no excuse not to include consent because it's so easy to show that both parties are excited for whatever shenanigans are going down. Number 2, equality. Your characters do not need to be identical. They don't need to come from the same income bracket, they don't need to have the same level of education, but they do need to bring an equal amount of value to the relationship. There are a lot of stories out there where the leading lady has a good job, she's got nice friends, she has a lot going for her. But then she finds herself an emotionally unstable bad boy who likes to punch walls, start bar fights, and hump anything with a cooter. But he has a six-pack, so it evens out, right? If you're going to write a healthy relationship, that means these characters need to see one another as equals and bring an equal amount of goods to the table. Additionally, not only should they be equals in worth, but they should also be making an equal amount of effort. If one person always texts, or always pays, or always saves the other person from certain death, that's a mess. Now keep in mind, there will come a time in every relationship where things get unbalanced. Maybe one character loses their job, so the other one has to carry the financial burden for a while. Maybe one ends up in the hospital, so their partner has to be the one to offer physical and emotional support. It's fine if this happens, but their relationship should not revolve around one person constantly mothering the other. Number 3, respect. Respect does not mean blind worship. It means having a strong regard for another person's feelings and rights. Thus, if your character is upset, their love interest should give a shit. None of those dismissive brush-offs, like, oh, women are so emotional, or he's so cute when he's mad. They don't trivialize their partner's needs, they don't shame them for how they feel, they treat them like a person they actually care for and admire. Respect can be shown in the simplest ways. For example, if one of them is upset, the other one can ask, "What's wrong? Is there anything I can do?" Or maybe the character asks their partner for input on plot-related activities, because oddly enough, they value their opinion. I've said this in the past, but a healthy romantic relationship exists between two people who are first and foremost good friends, and that's largely because of respect. The best friendships are between people who share a deep respect for one another, and it's the same deal with romantic relationships. Number 4, fighting. No matter how healthy a relationship is, there are going to be arguments. But the difference between a healthy relationship and a dysfunctional one is how they handle their arguments. First, while healthy couples do fight occasionally, they usually don't fight nearly as much as dysfunctional couples. Second, when they do fight, certain things do not happen. Physical harm in any form is a no-go. If you've included this in your story, you've written an abusive relationship. Then there's verbal abuse. Manipulation, gaslighting, and derogatory name-calling are not okay. But Jenna, sometimes when you fight, you say things you don't mean. That's true, and even in healthy relationships, people are gonna mess up. But there's a big difference between being momentarily rude or hurtful and being abusive. If your characters are going to fight, even if they overreact or put their foot in their mouths, be sure that they say and do things that warrant forgiveness. Which brings us to apologizing, because people in healthy relationships admit when they've shit the bed. A proper apology includes a full admission of guilt. They need to own their mistake, express remorse, and then offer to change their behavior. Then they need to actually change their behavior. Again, this is provided their mistake doesn't cross the threshold from forgivable to a deal breaker. If your character slept with their partner's best friend, I think the forgiveness ship has sailed. Number 5, communication. People in healthy relationships talk about stuff. Isn't that weird? I know you want to write a leading man who is hard and stoic, but in the real world, people with no emotional outlet are prone to explosive violence and have no control over their feelings. Like babies. So masculine. Instead, why don't you write about two mature adults who actually tell one another how they feel? What a concept! Not only will this make the romantic relationship healthier, it'll make both characters far more likable. There are few things worse than going through 4 books waiting for the characters to finally admit their love for one another, but they won't do it because talking is hard. And look, miscommunication is going to happen, but it doesn't need to last for hundreds of pages. If it does, these characters probably shouldn't be together because they're clearly too immature for a relationship. And number 6, happiness. Books are loaded with conflict. That's literally what drives the plot. But if we're to believe these characters are in a healthy relationship, that means they need to be happy together. This doesn't mean that they're happy in general or that their problems magically disappear. It just means that the love interest has a positive impact on them. There are so many books that feature love stories where the couple never has a single happy moment. It's constant drama and pain. And if that's the case, why are they together? A relationship should bring the best out of you. So amid all the hell you're putting your characters through, write an instance where they're enjoying each other's company or where they're actually better because they're together. It's such a simple detail, yet it gets overlooked far too often. So that's all I got for you today. There are so many more things that go into writing a healthy romance, but right now we're talking about the things that everyone seems to screw up. Equal standing, basic communication, oh my god, consent. Why are people not writing this? Let's make healthy romances the new trend in fiction because they're entertaining to read and because they don't make me want to jump out a window. A huge thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's video. I cannot wait for the Savior's Champion to be available through them. Again, you can get your first audiobook for free when you try Audible for 30 days. All you have to do is visit audible.com/Jenna Moreci or text Jenna Moreci to 500-500. Information is also listed below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays, and if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that bell. It's right there. You can't miss it. And be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and of course, you can tweet me at Jenna Moreci. Bye. Oh, but ravage me. It's all I've ever wanted. I hate myself.
You're doing real good.
Ravage me.
It's really funny, by the way.
Really?
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
That's so masculine.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. My sweetie. My sweetie. Oh, I love you too.